All right, what up, Street Talks? All right, the second thought. Is self-hate a duty? So this is interesting. Considering that most of our modern society is kind of like Christian, Judeo, Confucian, utilitarian morality, whatever. And it tends towards egalitarianism, which means thou shalt not be extraordinary or special or different. Now, what that means is to hate yourself and to subjugate yourself, to make yourself lower, to become mediocre or like the masses, the sheeple, is essentially seen as our duty. So this is where I'm kind of like anti-egalitarianism. So certainly, I believe in notions of like open access and equal opportunity, in the sense that an individual doesn't know what he or she could accomplish until given the chance or the opportunity. And this is why I make a lot of my stuff open source, because I don't want money or whatever preventing you from achieving your fullest potential. Now, the problem is, once you're starting to soar and fly high, then all the crabs in the bucket are like, yo, how dare you be exceptional? Be like the rest of us, and they try to crab you down to the bottom of the barrel, right? And so there's even a notion in the UK, they call it the tall poppy syndrome, where you essentially try to cut down people who you perceive to be taller than you. But at least in America, the notion is interesting, because America's the least bad place to be exceptional. Even like other like countries which are like kind of more on the socialist side, like even Sweden. Sweden's good too, but like if you're exceptional or different, you're not allowed to really flaunt your differentness or whatever. So America tends to be the least bad place for individualism. Now, my critique of America is we tend to differentiate ourselves by wealth or the stuff you own. So for example, it's okay to have the newest iPhone, to have the new sports car, whatever, but you're not allowed to, flex your muscles and make other people feel bad about themselves. So America is kind of this weird mishmash of cultures where nobody really knows what they should be doing, and it seems the only goal is wealth and money accumulation and notions of like an afterlife. So what I believe in is, I do believe in a hierarchy in society, and certainly there are some people, either by luck or through their own effort and industry, climb the social ladder to become higher up, right? But at the same time, and then there tends to be people who are lazier or more fearful, whatever. But I think everyone in society should be given the chance towards upwards mobility. But let's say one person, through the cruelty of fate or through their own, oh yeah, what's up, baby? Yeah, Evo. So through their own laziness or indolence or whatever, they end up becoming like average or mediocre, whatever. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, is that if people don't want to be hustlers and don't want to work harder, that's totally fine. Like, it's a free society. You can do what you want. You don't got to do what you don't want. But if you're ambitious, nothing should hold your ambition back. So, you gotta ask yourself, what are you ambitious towards? So for me, I'm just kind of curious to see how high I can elevate myself. And my personal opinion is, I don't got to tear down nobody else for me to feel taller. It's kind of like, if I'm 5 foot tall, let's say I'm 5 feet tall, right? And I feel short. I'm not gonna chop off the legs of everyone else to make them like 4'2". No, it's just like, I'm going to see how I can keep making myself taller through my own efforts. And so similarly, the problem in modern society is everyone compares themselves with other people. I myself don't, because I compare myself against my past self, which means I'm interested in augmenting my personal growth, augmenting my personal abilities, and augmenting my physical strength, augmenting my ideas, my mind, whatever it may be. Now, the mediocre mind tends to think, when I see somebody who's succeeding more than me, I feel smaller, and therefore it's my duty to kind of tear them down. Now, what I believe in is look at individuals who you consider great, who inspire and motivate you, and use that as a stimulus to become more great and epic. And this is why I'm a big fan of Kanye. His life goal is to become as influential and epic as he can, and I want to do the same. So don't let nobody talk down on you, tell you what to do, what not to do. And I think it's good to, you know, talk to people, ask them for tips and advice, but be very, very sus when people start saying, oh, you should do this and you should not do that, which means they essentially say my way or the highway. It's kind of like that their truth is the ultimate truth. Now, you are a different, multi-variegated, multi-manifolded person. Who is other people to say what's right or wrong for you? And even what's right or wrong for us is always changing. It's always in a state of flux. So my encouragement is disconnect yourself from people who are negative, and you know, typically the way I judge it is if people, your friends, family, whatever, always talking about other people's, cut them out of your lives, because then they can never, the reason why we talk shit or, you know, talk down to other people is because we feel indignant that we perceive them as superior to us in some sort of way, or somehow that they're cheating in life, and therefore we need to find some sort of logical reason why they're kind of a deplorable person. Now, I personally believe that, once again, our ego and our self-esteem could be built independently of comparing ourselves to others, and to compare yourself against others is a very bad metric, because, you know, imagine if you're a dragon. Yeah, what's up, baby? What you doing? Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. So consider, let's say you're a dragon, but everyone else in society is like dogs. Why would a dragon measure himself up against dogs? Or better yet, let's say you're like, I don't know, some sort of like ferocious wolf. Why would you compare yourself to puppies? It's kind of a bad analogy. So when you're so high up, you're just not comparable to other people. So it's kind of like, once again, like a bad metric. It's like if you're driving a McLaren and everyone's driving like a Toyota Prius or something, why would you let the Prii tell you that your McLaren is bad? Right? It's kind of silly. So typically what I do is I don't watch the news, I don't follow social, I don't watch YouTube, and I let myself think for myself. I know that I'm not the arbiter of ultimate truth. So for me, all this mental exercise is quite fun for me to better understand what I think. And the only reason I'm sharing this with you is that I have a small hope that this might empower you. It may or may not, but even if there's a 1% chance that it might help you, to me it's worth sharing. So that's kind of my principle. If you think that there's even a 1% chance that you could help empower someone else in the world, then it's worth doing. So know that, you know, even if right now you're feeling kind of down, dude, ain't nobody in the world like you. You're already unique, and the goal is to continue to augment yourself and cut out those who you feel are negative in your life. Don't compare yourself and keep flexing.